This is the day after. The day after I posted the video regarding the Skokie yellow truck and the guy in the yellow Skokie pickup truck. See, it says refuse collection deficient. This is the day after. I posted the previous video on the 9th of March, right? And then the day after, to show me that they know about that video, and I talked about the yellow Skokie pickup truck. This pickup truck, these pickup trucks, rarely do you see these in this part of town. Rarely. This is clearly the fact that it's after the day after I talked about the yellow Skokie pickup truck in my previous video and about how it was following me, and you can see now the day after they're showing it, and it's happening right in front of my cameras, right? And he just drives off, right? And he turns and goes away. And on the same day, later on during the day, you see this guy right here in the rollerblades. Watch him. This is in reference to the guy I mentioned in the previous video about rollerblading. He's going to take his left arm, which is the phallic symbol I was talking about in the previous video. See, he's taking his left arm, and this is happening right in front of my home, right in front of my residence. And he's flashing it, right? So I'm going to play this in slow motion again. There's this Volkswagen that appears. I don't think this is relevant, but I'm not sure. You'll see the guy, the kid. He's a kid. He's not exactly as I described him in the previous video. That's not the guy. Okay, that's not the guy that I saw in the previous, that I talked about in the previous video, right, that I posted on the 9th of March, and this video is, the 10th of March, the day after. But again, this is to show that the stalkers have seen the video, right? They know that I talked about the yellow pickup truck and the guy in the rollerblades in the previous video that I mentioned. And now I showed you on the next day that I posted the video, a pickup truck, a Skokie pickup truck, a yellow pickup truck, and this is a reference to the rollerblader that I mentioned in the previous video. And this is happening right in front of my residence, right? And in the previous video I talked about a driver of the pickup truck putting his forearm on the sill of the pickup truck as a phallic symbol. Now you see the rollerblader exposing his forearm right in front of the field of view of my camera. See, right as he passes in the field of view of my camera, exposing his left arm. That's in reference to what I talked about in my previous video. Right? He's got a hoodie on so you can't see his face, and he's rollerblading. Never have I seen, I watched this monitor, the security monitor, a lot. Never have I seen anybody with rollerblades skate past my house, skate past my residence. See, he's showing his left arm there. That's in reference to what I talked about. He's got his head covered so you can't see his face, so you can't identify him. And then he goes off the camera view. I've never seen him ever again. So that's what I'm dealing with. And watch this mirror. This is, again, 3:10. This is when I come home. And this is on the same day. So not only how you have the pickup truck, the rollerblader, you have this mirror, which he's going to take and put in after I come, because he's probably been instructed to wait for me to come home to take this mirror away to get my attention so that I make sure that I look at the security camera footage from that day so that I can see what the FBI has shown me. You know, the pickup truck, that was earlier at 11 o'clock, the kid in the with the rollerblades, right? And now the day after, and now him taking the mirror. All right, so you've seen that. Now I showed you Alan Spiegel, and there's a reason why he looks the way he looks. It's not a coincidence that he's pretty disgusting to look at. A hallmark of stalkers is that they send their victims disgusting things to gross them out. You may have, seen some YouTubers or some YouTubers get nasty things in the mail from their haters or people who stalk them. Same thing with these FBI agents. They act like stalkers. They've studied stalkers. They know, what stalkers do. Okay? So, gang stalking is very similar. The FBI sends you discussing things or people. In this case, they've put this disgusting person next door to me. He has no job. He's pretty much there all the time. He smells really bad. And if you see his skin, sometimes he walks around shirtless, is like he's got all sorts of gross red markings all over his body. He's not, if you looked at him, you'd feel like barfing if you had a weak stomach. He walks around the property in his socks. You can tell, his socks, he doesn't wash them. They're always dirty. Let me see if I can get a picture of that. Alright, so here he is. This is March 2nd, 2017. This is him right here. This is Spiegel right here. I just want to show you, this is in slow motion. I just want to show you the type, the grossness that's been planted by the FBI. Look at him. He's taking his socks and he's pulling him up. Right, and he's walking around in these dirty, dirty socks. Those are his socks right there. And you can't really see it, but he's got all these red markings all over his legs. Right now he's wearing shorts. Sometimes he wears shorter shorts where you can see his legs more. It's just basically covered with, I don't know what's on his skin. It's like these red splotches all over his skin. I'm concerned that he might have a disease that he's trying to spread to us, to our family. It's a form of warfare, right? Like chemical warfare. They're sending a sick guy. The FBI is sending a sick guy right next door to us to make us sick. Look at him. Look, this is... Let me slow this down. See? This is him. My point is, this is not a coincidence, okay? Okay? Coincidentally, you don't, find, an Iranian guy doesn't have a Jewish guy. He's not, a guy who's descendant of Jews to be placed next to him. You know what I'm saying? This is not all a coincidence. This is, all done in a calculated way. That's why, you see the pickup truck the day after I posted a video of the guy, the Skokie, who I suspect was a Skokie officer in the pickup truck, right? That's why you have the day after, the guy, the kid in the rollerblades, right? Who's not the same person who was in rollerblades in the previous video that I described, right? So basically, that's basically my point. I mean, that's pretty much it. Plus, there's other things I'm going to show, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. It's just basically them saying that they're not going to back off. There's basically nothing I can do about it except reveal as much as I can, expose as much as I can about this FBI harassment and stalking, and just hope for the best. Maybe somebody will pick up the story. Maybe I'll have some sort of investigation done and find out who these people are so I can get it to stop. But at this point, I mean, they're basically rubbing it in my face that there's nothing I can do about it. They haven't backed down, right? They're actually, rubbing it even more in my face, right? By showing, the day after, the guy in the rollerblades and the guy in the pickup truck and all this stuff.